Hi guys, this is Ree with Angel Messenger. We're doing a tier 3 segment again. I have my pineapple electrolyte drink today instead of tea, but we're going to make 3 points today, sort of related to the gold ball video I did the other day. You remember what my points were now. So first I want to say that I talked about how different avatars of the same soul line, I guess, is what I'm going to call them. When they come together, they can form a ball of light. Now, I want to make it clear that becoming this ball of light with others does not take away from your own light in any way. In fact, it will brighten your light. So you will maintain your own halo. So you don't have to worry about sharing your light with others or helping others to shine will at all dim your light, as long as you are taking care of yourself. I've found that self-care is a very important thing. For a long time, I was giving more of myself than I had. And so I hurt myself in a way that made it so that I couldn't give any light to others. I couldn't give anymore because I had given more than I had. So don't do that. But the idea with this is when you come into contact with these people, it isn't about draining yourself. It's about seeing other parts of yourself that you don't normally see, okay? So maybe you see, let's give an example of myself. Okay, so let's say I see a child that is of the same line as me, and I can see in this child parts of myself that I didn't have because of my situation when I was a child. So I can see in her talents that she has or beauty that she has that I don't see in myself. And so by seeing it in her, I can see that I also have that in myself, even though I didn't necessarily ever see it. Does that make sense? Okay, so it's not about draining yourself or shutting yourself down or giving more than you have. It's about learning how to shine your light and helping others to shine theirs in the same way. And so, yes, you do become a brighter ball of light together, but you still have this halo yourself, and that is the idea. I've said this multiple times, but I believe that Christ energy is rising in the world, but I don't believe it's just going to be one person that rises. There's more behind that, but I want to make sure I don't forget what I'm saying here. The other thing that is a point that I need to make, I actually have talked to my grandmothers. Hi, baby. The Sioux grandmothers. What needs to be made an important point is that, yes, there are a lot of white people alive now that were not the white people that harmed the Native Americans at the time that many things were happening. However, there are a lot of white people alive now that were Native American in a past lifetime. In fact, it's probably why I connected so easily to them. My blood may not be Native, but my soul has a connection to that. So that's really important, I think, for everyone to understand, is when these children come back, the ones that I talk to, they're going to be coming back to families that aren't Native. And it's because they need these people to remember who they are. And the other thing is, when I rewatched the video, I was like, no, I did not say that. I don't ever give myself credit for things, and it's kind of just the way that I am. It's embarrassing, I guess. And when I said, and now I can't think of the exact term that I used, but I basically took credit for, I took all the credit for the changes that happened with Brittany and the safety of the Olympics. And it basically sounded like I did that, or I made them safe, or I don't remember exactly how I said it, but it wasn't just me that did it. There were people that helped me, and I really believe that it's important for people to work together and make positive manifestations happen. And if you don't believe that's possible, you should check out, there is scientific evidence. Dr. Emoto and the water experiments, that's something. But there was also this book, I'm not going to be able to remember the author now, but I do remember the title, The Power of Eight. And I honestly did not read the book the whole way through. I think I've gone about 3/4 of the way through. I have a habit of reading like 8 books at a time and always getting back to them at some point. But this woman is a scientist, and she did research on how many people it actually takes to make a positive manifestation happen. And it's really fascinating to read what she did and the experiments that she made happen. But it gave me back my faith that we can make a change, we can make things happen. And so my point is I had help with what we did, and I do believe that we made a difference. And there's been other things that I've done personally, and I'm at the point where I just can't believe it's all just happenstance anymore. But it's interesting, the part where I said that I claimed it for myself. It's embarrassing to say this, but I think it's important. It was me, but it wasn't me. I've talked about this. There are parts of me that are part of me but kind of stay in the shadows. Well, not really the shadow, but they don't normally speak out loud to people. I didn't think they did. Sometimes they'll speak to my husband out loud. Sometimes they speak out loud when I'm dreaming or falling asleep. Excuse me. They're the younger ones, the 4-year-old and the 6-year-old. The 12-year-old never speaks. But I think the one that spoke in the video last time is the 4-year-old, because she tends to say everything is hers and belongs to her, and that nobody is going to do anybody harm. She's kind of got a very alpha mentality, but she's also very shy, so she doesn't really talk to people. I had never experienced her speaking to anyone publicly in any way, so I was really shocked to see her say that. But it was interesting, because it was like, well, that's not what I meant, but I could see what she said. But in my mind at the time, I knew that what I meant was, yeah, we did that. We made quite a difference. Look at what we did. Isn't that great? But in her mind, she said that, but she was agreeing with me. Yeah, we did that. Look at how awesome that was. But it was like, yeah, me did it, like a toddler would speak. But it's interesting, because like she will... It's weird to talk about this, but she will claim certain people as belonging to her, or she will think about certain things or certain people, and she will growl like in my head, or get mad at them, or say they are bad, or she will know things about certain people, and it turns out that she was right, and she's a very powerful part of me, but it's unfortunate that she is 4. And so I have to try to understand her and the things that she says and does. Um, and the only thing that I can think of that I remember of why she would have hidden herself was the time when I was told that my ancestors would have murdered me because I was born with jet black hair and cocoa skin. And by the time I was 2, my hair was like paper white. Like, my hair is darker now, but it was like white, and I was really, really fair skinned. And now I know that my ancestors technically are not Native American. But for a long time, I was made to believe that they would have considered me devil spawn, basically. So for a long time, I was afraid of who and what I was, and I thought that I was an evil person. And but there's a memory that I've had recently from that time period. I was on the swings in the backyard. We lived with my grandparents, and I was just sitting on the swing set, and a huge white bumblebee stung my knee, and it was such a big sting that it cut my knee open. And I know this can't be right, but I must be understanding this for a reason. So she's showing me this, and I need to figure out what it means. So my knee is cut open, and I go in the house, and my mother put on this this red staining ointment that they called it methylate. And I tried to look it up, and it actually has been banned from the market because it had mercury in it. And the planet Mercury is not my friend now. Every time that planet goes into retrograde, I'm just like, I should go hide in like a cave or something. Everything hits the fan. So it's interesting, but so she put on this stuff, and that stuff used to sting like crazy. But the weird part is that stuff actually causes nerve damage, which is what I have, is nerve problems. But I can't imagine that the little bit that they used to use on me when I was a kid is causing all this nerve problems. So I don't know. I'm going to see my neurologist tomorrow, so I'm going to ask him about it. But I wonder if anybody else out there has an inner child that does this to them, and what your experiences are. And if you feel like sending me a message, contact me at support@angelmessenger.net, and I'd be interested in hearing what your experiences are and how you've helped your inner child to speak to you and heal from the things that they've been through. So anyway, this has been a Tea with Ree moment, and I hope that this information has been helpful to you, and I hope you have a blessed day. Take care.